Welcome, everybody, to today's show. We're going to be taking a look at all the craziness that happened at the end of last week and the beginning of this week, kind of over the weekend. We'll talk a little bit about that. I'll review some trades that I made. I know I didn't get on Thursday or Friday last week. Wasn't feeling too well, so decided not to jump on. Didn't really get in the market. I made a couple trades that did not go my way, so we'll talk a little bit about that. Um, and yeah, we'll just overall see how everything's doing. So here we are. If you're new to the show, my name is Ben, and I try to have this show every day, typically between 5:30, 5:36, somewhere around there. I try to find a trade that will return 5%. So we can see so far today there's been a lot of green in the market. So that's a good thing. But we'll see here in just a second that I made some not necessarily bad trades, but I made trades last week. I even made some trades today and ended up having to pull the cord, so to speak, and get out of the trade. They didn't do exactly what I was hoping to do, but at the end of the day, it's all about preserving the capital as best you can when you see trades going the wrong direction. Now, I want to point out kind of what happened last week and why there was such a big panic and what happened with this particular crypto. So, a stable coin, just to give a little bit of background, a stable coin is a coin or a token that pretty much is supposed to be pegged to $1 or right close to $1. So it's not really supposed to fluctuate in value at all. Well, you can see that this particular coin did what we call lost its peg, and I would say it lost its peg probably right around here, which was Friday at about 8 p.m. It officially lost its peg. But it had slowly started to go down on earlier in the day. It was bouncing like it went down here. But this was all still in 99-cent range, right? It wasn't until it broke 99 cents going down that it really lost its peg. Usually, and we'll back up here to one screen, I'll show you some of the other stable coins. You got Tether USDT, Binance USD, BUSD. Let's see here. There's another one down here. If I can find it. They may have dropped. Let's see. Where are you? Not Tezos. Yeah, it may have. There it is. DAI. DAI is also another one, but you can see it also lost its peg and is trying to recover. So the big one though was USDC. That was the big one that caused everybody to wonder what's going on, because this of the stable coins was what most people said was the most stable of them. Now, you can take that for what you think, but I don't really delve too much into that. But what happened is a bank basically had a bank run. SVB Bank in California had a bank run on it, and that caused all sorts of problems because the company behind USDC had funds in that bank, and some of its not manufacturing, not marketing, it's operational capital or reserve capital was in that bank. I mean, if you can imagine losing millions of dollars because a bank goes under, most companies can't recover that, even million dollar companies, right? That's a huge chunk. So basically, a bank goes under. It's the second largest bank in the United States history. that basically went under, and it went under quick. It went under fast, and so it a lot of people realizing that USDC's parent company had funds in that bank that they may not recover. It went off a cliff and it lost what we call its peg. It lost its steady $1 value. And then over the weekend, the United States government, came in and basically figured out a way to try to avoid that bank from total collapse. Basically, they said that all of the people, all of the companies that had money in that bank were going to be okay. They were going to figure out a way to make sure they would get their money. So there was going to be a gigantic ripple effect had that bank failed, not only in the United States, but internationally, in the business world, in the crypto world. There's still going to be ripple effects. We don't know the full effect of everything that's going to happen. But that was the big thing that drove the market, drove USDC down. Now, if we look at the 24 hours, it's been gigantic, right? And in terms of Bitcoin and Ethereum, BNB, we've had huge gains today with some cryptos. Here's a 20% for Filecoin almost. So huge days for some coins. If we go here to Crypto Bubbles and we put it on the day, look at all of these. CFX had a 62% day. That is a ginormous day. So let's take a look at some trades that I made, and we'll explain why my balance is 473. I forgot to track all my trades on my tracker, which I know I tell you guys you need to track them. I'll get them and I'll get everything updated here. But yeah, I lost about $90 to $100 last week, and I traded a little bit today, which I'll show you, and basically just kind of stayed the same. So in my trading account, I got 473 in value. We're gonna go in here and go to spot trading, and we'll hopefully be able to try to show you my trade history. Right, and we'll try to show a little bit. So I tried to get into CFX and ACH earlier today. Now I should have stuck to my guns, but I got in early in the day, like around here is when I got in, and you see it went down and then it crossed back over here, but I decided to get out and cut my losses, and it still hasn't gotten back to where I would have made 5% off my buy-in on ACH. And CFX, it has gotten back to when I would have got my buy-in. So CFX, I got in here, and just here recently it pumped up and went up. So if I would have held on in CFX, I would have been okay. But I didn't. ACH was a little bit of a different story. So if we look down here, we can see that I was in and out of some trades. Still really trying to get a handle on trading. I'm not a professional trader by any means. You can see I had some canceled limit orders. I pretty much bought everything. I screwed up a trade today. I really messed up on a trade, and thankfully it didn't bite me. I thought I was entering information for CFX, and it was actually the information of ACH, the price points. And so I really, really, really shot myself in the foot by putting the wrong information in. And thankfully, it did not come back and bite me. It did not come back and bite me. So we were overall able to preserve our capital as best we could. Let me see if I can find the trade from last week. Let me see if I can find it. I took a pretty big hit on it. I don't remember buying BTC, but oh well. Those are, yeah, I don't remember buying those. Huh. Says I bought Ethereum. Oh, I know what that was. I remember. Yeah. That was when I converted some Bitcoin into Ethereum from Cash App. I thought I was going crazy there for a second. Um, right around that time, let's see here. I made a buy, then I lost. Yeah, made a buy here on Hipfenstein, whatever that is. I bought it at 18.183. I had to sell it at 0.178. Yeah. So gotta put my trades down better. I know I gotta do that, but that's kind of what I was doing. So let's get into the charts and see if there is anything in there that we can look at before we hit the 6 o'clock switch for the day. So let's get some of these things closed. See what shows up on our screener. Let's take a quick look at Ethereum. So on the day, Ethereum is above its R2. On the day, Bitcoin's way above its R2. So we'll see if that can continue. And let's get into our screeners. So GMM. Da-da-da. All right, so let's look at GMM. GMM is pushing up here above the daily average. Okay. Credit, oh, it's way above R2 right now. Shooting up. Excuse me. Whew. You guys know how I like stuff way above R2. That's CREDI. I'm not real familiar with that, so we're gonna let that come back down. It's up 51%. GMM, this has got a series of greens, so let's do this. Let's try and get this at 0.00165. So let's open up our trading. Let's get rid of this stuff we don't need. And then what did we say we're looking at? GMM. GMM USDT. All right, so here we go. So this is how you put in or try to find a crypto. We're going to put GMM in here. There's what we're looking at. We want to verify it's a similar price, 0.00167. All right. So our trading, whoops, let's look at our here. 0.00167. There we go. So we're going to put a limit trade in. So we're going to go back over here and we're going to put a limit trade in. It basically says that if it comes to 0.00167 on the dot, then we're going to buy. Okay. And I've decided that I'm no longer going to try to do a full compound trade. I'm only going to be trading 25% or a quarter of what I have available. That's just something that I've done just to, again, try to preserve capital. I'm probably going to start, I don't want to say start over, but I'm probably going to go to a reduced amount just for the show, just to show how things can happen, and just kind of do some of what I like to do for trading. I like swing trading. I'm not a day trader, but I can do a little small day trade here or there for the show. But I prefer for my own portfolio to do swing trading. So I'm going to be focusing more on that in my personal portfolio. So if you heard that sound, it means that our order went through. So we just bought this amount of GMM at this particular price point. So now we can grab our calculator, 0.00167 times 105%. And we got to get to 17.5. So we bought it at 16.7 and we got to get to 17.5. So let's put that on our chart. We bought it at 16.7. So we'll call it right there. That's where we bought it. Okay. And we got to get to 17.5. Which is right there. Okay. So we're in good. We know where we need to go. Got about 31 seconds left. Now watch what I'm going to do. I'm going to put a limit order in to sell it that says if it gets to 0.00175, I'm going to sell all of my GMM. Okay? So if it hits our target, it's automatically going to sell. I don't have to sit here and watch it and try to get it into a specific, sell order. When this thing touches it, poof, it's going to go. It's going to sell. And that's the beauty of the limit orders. So we can go over here to my order book. We can see that I have a sell in here at 0.00175. And so when it touches that, it's going to try and sell what I have. Now it's turning over a little bit. This is going to open the day. So let's get back over here. So we're at 1800. So this next candle is going to be the candle that shows us the opening of the day. So we're looking at these, all these buy signals, all these green buy signals. So we're just hoping that it goes from where it is up. And you guys know that sometimes on the open of the day, we get little pumps. That's kind of what I'm looking for here. We'll get on the 15-minute. We'll just kind of watch it. But again, we're trying to have it go up here to 0.00175. Let's move it to the 5-minute. And because the 5 minutes going to reset our R1s and our R2s. So just looking at this, our R1 is 17.7. So we're going to come back and review this here in about 4 minutes. Here we go. This one's pumping up. All right. And I may be an hour early because of daylight savings time. We might be an hour early to our day. And that's all right. We can adjust. Let's see here. This one's going to come back down here and touch. This one's running after going R2. This one's above R1 and wait for that white line to catch R1. It's got buy signals, and this is part of the reason why I'm not worried about compounding too much, is when I get a lot of these good opportunities, I want to get in, and if I put all my money on one, then I struggle to put money on the other ones because I don't have any funds available, but I can put them in multiple. So let's take a look here. Let's see if there's anything else I think can get a 5% bump. You can see here what happened here. We had a bunch of Buy signals went up and over. It bounced. Is it going to bounce again? So let's put a limit order in here for, what's this? 14.4. We're going to put a limit order in on BEPRO. So let's get this pulled up here. BEPRO USDT 14.4. Okay. So we're going to put 0.00144 and we're going to do 25%. Okay. So we've got order history. Let's do buy. And we've got a buy order and a sell order in. So if it gets to 14.4, it'll buy it. So that's kind of what we're looking at. And we've got the sell order in for GMM. So it's going up a little bit. That's okay. You can see right there, we're trying to see if it'll come down here. Touch R1. Let's do this. Let's make this 14.4. What do I want to do here? 14.4.4. Let's add another 4 in there. So I'll show you how to do that. So we're going to cancel this buy. And we're going to come in here and we're going to add 3 4s in here. It won't let me do that. And we're going to do 25%. So we're going to do buy. So if it gets there, it'll buy it. And we'll get that nice alert, that audio sound, that we got to buy it. So right now we're on GMM. GMM, we're looking for it to get to 17.5, which that would be up here. And we've already crossed the 5 minutes, so let's go see GMM. Yep. So that's 17.5 is right here. R1 is right above that. So if it candles up and tries to test R1, then we will be in a good position. If we're able to buy this at 14.44 times 105%, 15.12. So let's put our potential buy in 14.4. Which is, we added a third 4. We're going to go right there. That was our buy-in. And then our sell, we said would be 15.12. So let's grab that. It's right there. So we're trying to shoot up to test R2. So we're in a good position here on both of these. We've got our limit orders in. So if we go over here, we can see that we've got our sell order in for GMM. We've got our buy order in for uh, B Pro, right? And now it's just kind of a waiting game. This B Pro's going. Is this B Pro? Nope, that's GMM. B Pro, yeah, it's down here trying to see what it's going to do. See if it'll bounce back up for us. So, in my opinion, we are in good positions on both of these, right? Good positions. Our tools are telling us that we're doing good here. Um, and overall, yeah, we're in a good position. Now it's just a little bit of a waiting game, right? Just a little bit of a waiting game. So we can continue to look at charts. I don't know that I want to make any more trades at the moment. Just kind of want to see how things play out. But that is the beauty of what we're doing here in the crypto space, right? You can come in, you can look, you can monitor, and just kind of see what's out there. There we go. I think something just happened. Let's go look. Um, da, 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 da. Yep. B Pro dropped, so it hit our buy price. It's testing R1 here. So let's go and show you that. So our buy got triggered. So our buy got triggered on BMM or B Pro. There we go. And it got filled. So now we can go here to B Pro. Now it's okay. It's testing, right? It's testing everything. Let's get to the B Pro. Right, it's testing R1. It's testing. It's got to come all the way down here, right? Potentially, but I think it's going to go up here and test R2. Personally, we've got these spikes, right? And we're doing good. So let's put our sell limit order in for this at, what did I say? Let's get our calculator back out. 1512. All right. So let's go here. Make sure we're on B Pro. Okay. And we're going to sell all of it at 1512. All right. So we've got both of our buys already completed. We've got our sells at 5% ready to trigger. The system will do it automatically for us when it gets there. So we basically have it set up right now. Now we do have to watch the downside. This is the challenge, I guess, right? So I may switch this strategy. We'll just have to see. I may switch this strategy, but for right now, the way that I run my strategy is I say if it gets to this price, sell it at 105, 105% or 105%, which is a 5%, and then I monitor. Because I'm in front of my computer, I monitor this. If it drops too far, then I sell it, right? But I want to give it, but I can't put a stop limit in. I can't come in here and say, you know what, sell it if it gets to this high point or sell it if it gets to this low point. I can do one or the other. So, right, if I'm looking at this 1444 times, let's say 0.9, 90%, then it could drop all the way down where? Down here. 12,996. So 12,99 right here. So it could drop all the way down here if I wanted to put a stop loss in. Now, that would be a pretty big drop from where we are, right? That would be a lot of potential loss. Typically, I'm not going to let it get too far past, here. or here where I'm going to be looking to sell it, right? Because I understand these are support lines with these sell signals. And then there's R1 as well. So, that would be a pretty big loss, right? Now, again, there is a strategy where I could pretty much put this stop loss right here at 0.00142. I can move this stop loss. I can move it and move it all the way up to right here, right? Put it right on top of that FEG and I'll just let this thing run where if it crosses downward, then it'll sell. But it could run up and then I could choose to sell it whenever it got to a price point that I saw, but I'd have to be awake in front of my computer to make that sell, right? The stop loss would automatically trigger no matter what if it goes down to the stop loss, right? And that's a different way. That's a separate way of trading. And again, I'm still learning all the tricks to day trading, right? There's rhymes and reasons. There's ways to do things. There's ways to read these candles. And as much as I'm learning on the fly, I'm kind of trial by fire, so to speak. This one was similar kind of thing. I don't know why we don't have a new day, but we'll see here. We'll see. So there we go. On B Pro, it dropped past our buy-in. There's a sell signal that can't get us. So here's what I'm saying. So I could put the stop loss in here, but with this sell signal triggering, right, in order for it to get back to a profit for us, it has to pass this resistance band. And so pretty much I want to sell this as close to my buy-in price as possible, right? I want to try to preserve my capital as much as possible. So I think I'm going to, let's see here. Going to preserve my capital. I'm going to try and, let's see, what mode are we in? We're in the 5 minute. Let's look at the 15. The 15, we don't quite have any sell signals yet, but we do on the 5 minute. So I'm going to see what do I want to do here. There we go. It's bouncing around. And part of my problem with day trading is I get focused on some of this stuff a little too much. So let's cut our losses here. Let's go over to the screen, the here, and we're going to edit this one more time. We're going to cancel this. I'm going to put a stop limit in. And a stop limit basically says, actually, I can probably do a limit order here. I mean, what's it doing on this purple? That's on the 5 minute. What's it doing on the 5 minute? Yeah, the 5 minute, unfortunately, it says to sell. So I think I'm going to go ahead and sell here. All right. So we're going to go 0.00144. We're going to sell all of it. So if it goes down pretty much any more, it's going to try and sell it. I think, if I did this right. I may not have done it right. So now we're just going to watch it. I can do a market order, but then we don't know exactly what we're going to get if I wanted to get all the way out of it. All right. So 1444. It didn't trigger. All right. It did not trigger, so I did something wrong. So I'm just going to do a market sell. Um, I'm just going to do a market sell, which basically says um, how much of my B Pro do I want to sell? I want to sell all of it at current market prices. Sell. It's going to sell it. And it's going to tell me where's my average. There's my average. So I averaged 0.1429. So there we go. So I bought it at 14.44 and I sold it at 14.29. So a little bit of a loss there. But again, preserving my capital. It's really what I'm trying to do there. It's just preserve my capital. I hope to get a quick run up. Didn't happen. Again, I'm still learning here on the day trading along with you guys. So my strategy is going to change a little bit here as I learn. But yeah, I mean, the crypto markets in general, you can see on the day, all green. On the 15-minute, all red. So, we're going to be doing this daily, looking at everything. Yes, the compound strategy works, but something that I realized with the price of the cryptos that I'm looking to get into typically are going to be my buys are going to move the market if I'm doing huge buys. I'll be talking more about my personal strategy, which are swing trades, much longer trade periods. I'll also be talking about the cryptos that I'm holding, like that I'm going to buy and hold for the next big run, which should be here within the next 12 to 18 months, I think. And so, yeah, you'll be able to follow along with some of that. So, yeah, I want to appreciate everybody for being here today, watching. Again, I'm going to be trying to do this show between, I'm going to see when the day breaks hits, but probably between 5 30 and 6 every day because that's when the day was resetting. But the day now might start resetting at 7 p.m. my time, which that's okay if it does, because part of the idea here is that you can always come into the market and find things to buy. Like this particular one, this is a retest here. So I think we just, no, maybe not. What happened here? What was that noise? And that's why I like to have my, whoops, that's not where we're trying to be. We're trying to be here. That's why I try to like to have the audio alerts so that when things happen, I can see them or hear them. Here we go. So GMM is turned down versus going up. So now we got to look to see if we're going to preserve our capital there in GMM. So here's what I'm going to do because we've got all these wonderful sell signals. I'm going to wait because it's bouncing, it's testing around right here. Let's look at the 5 minute. Yeah, it's trying to figure out. It's trying to go up. So we're gonna let this one run a little bit here. We're gonna give this one some oxygen, and just kind of let it go. So here we had those strong sell signals. That's why we kind of got out of this one. So we're gonna watch this one. I want to thank again everybody for being here. We will see everybody hopefully tomorrow. I'm feeling better, and so yeah, we will see everyone tomorrow.